September CPI is 5.7% and over 100 buses grounded. From Newsdesk, I'm Lebo Changela. Statistics South Africa says that September's consumer inflation was 5.7% on an annualized basis. This was higher than the 5.3% recorded the previous month and worse than market expectations. CAD Capital economist Elise Kruger says several factors, including the higher fuel price, pushed inflation higher. Notwithstanding the upward pressure, Kruger pointed out that this was the 20th consecutive month that inflation was within the target range. She says the figures may prompt the Reserve Bank to keep lending rates on hold.
The upward trend in inflation continues, and that really confirms our view that interest rates will in all probability remain unchanged at its current levels, given that inflation is still ticking upward.
115 buses, including 75 belonging to Patco Bus Company, have been grounded after they were found to be unroadworthy. This is part of the Transport Department's effort to rid the country's roads of the so-called moving coffins. Transport Department's Collins Letswalo says the moves are part of their pre-December holiday cleanup operation.
We go to public transport depots all over the country. We have taken 21 Patco buses. We also did a raid on a Patco depot where we have taken 54 buses, making a total of Patco buses to be 75. The lights were not working, the wipers sometimes are not working or they are missing. We have found them to have loose seats. We have found them to have oil leaks. We have also found them to have dysfunctional brakes in other areas.
The court appearance of 3 learners who face charges of statutory rape has been postponed in Woodshoorn and the Little Karoo following appeals from their parents. The boys aged 16, 17 and 18 were arrested last Friday after the parents of a 15-year-old girl laid charges against them. The girl was featured in a sex video which made rounds at a local school. The matter has been postponed to December for the learners to write examinations. PD spokesperson Captain Louis Visser.
The case that was scheduled today for the 3 youths of Oudtshoorn to appear regarding the rape case will not be taking place today. The case was postponed until the 2nd of December.
Western Cape Education Department spokesperson Paddy Atwell says the learners will be allowed to write exams.
The school is beginning a disciplinary process for as part of the internal inquiry as well. And any further action by the department will depend on the outcome of that process. Certainly, their future will depend on the outcome of the disciplinary process. But for now, they can write the exams.